Hello there and welcome to your MLB Today. I am Taylor Pottle and today I'll be talking about the trade deadline that happened yesterday. Look at all the trades that happened yesterday, a very active day. And let's jump right into this. Padres very active the entire time, not just on this day. But before acquiring Mitch Moreland, Jason Castro I think was acquired yesterday. And a lot of guys, like the Padres acquired a lot of guys. Let's just start with Mike Clevinger, then Greg Allen, and then a player to be named later. And then for Austin Hedges, Josh Naylor, Cal Quantrill, Gabriel Arias, Owen Miller, and Joey Cantillo. The Arias, Miller, and Joey are all prospects. Arias is now the number 5 prospect in Cleveland's system. And Josh Naylor is a slugger in the outfield or at first base. Austin Hedges is a catcher. And Cal Quantrill is a nice right-handed pitcher, a prospect there from the Padres organization. So a big trade here to unfold. And I think that this trade is a good one for both teams. People would say, are you really saying that without Mike Clevinger on this team, Cleveland is better? No, they're not better, but with the locker room issues that they had with Clevinger, then yes, they are a better team without Mike Clevinger on their team just because of this deal. Because you got Austin Hedges, you got Josh Naylor, and you got Cal Quantrill. And I honestly think that there are going to be 5 major leaguers here. I think that Arias and Miller are both going to turn into major leaguers, and I think one of them will turn into a big star. So I like this deal for both teams. Of course, we don't know what the prospects are going to turn into now for Cleveland. But for San Diego, we know that Mike Clevinger is good. And we know that Cal Quantrill is good going to Cleveland. Austin Hedges is a good defensive catcher. And Josh Naylor is a good player going to Cleveland. So if you are if you're a fan of either of these teams, then you should like that deal. Even if you're a Mike Clevinger fan as a Cleveland fan, you should like that trade. So, then Reds acquire Archie Bradley for Stuart Fairchild and Josh Van Meter. Both of these guys, not really major league guys. Archie Bradley, the Reds need bullpen help, so they got him, and that's a good trade for the Reds. D-backs, they're just going to rebuild, I think, not having a good year. A's acquire Mike Minor. They needed rotation help, so I like this deal for 2 players to be named later. I really do like this game. Minor's used to a playoff team. To the playoffs, the A's are going to be a playoff team this year, it looks like, as the 1 seed right now. And, you want a good pitching staff because you think the Blue Jays made a few deals this trade deadline too. And they are the 8 seed right now. The A's are the 1 seed. So if them two were to play in the first round, you think the Jays are going to throw at you Ryu, a new guy that they got in Taijuan Walker, possibly Matt Shoemaker if he comes back. And possibly Robbie Ray. They acquired him at this trade deadline, and I'll probably get to it a little later. But Mike Minor is a good pickup. And let's keep going down. Starling Marte to the D-backs for Caleb Smith. This is a big deal for both teams. Humberto Mejia and a player to be named later. I do not like this deal for the Marlins. I like that they're going after it. But do you really think that you can win the World Series this year? If you're going for Starling Marte, you do, and Caleb Smith is a very good pitcher. So I do not like this deal for the Marlins. I love this deal for the Diamondbacks. I think they are rebuilding. They need to rebuild. They got rid of almost everybody except for Ketel Marte and David Peralta and Eduardo Escobar. So those are still three very good players that they kept. But with Starling Marte gone, they are showing that they are just done this year. But I do like this deal because they get Caleb Smith, and I do not like this deal for the Marlins. I think they are going to miss the playoffs. So let's move on. Phillies acquired David Phelps from the Brewers for 3 players to be named later. I like this deal. The Phillies need bullpen help, and David Phelps is definitely that help. He's a consistent relief pitcher, and I think they needed that. So now we've got Blue Jays acquire lefty Robbie Ray and cash from D-backs for left-handed pitcher Travis Bergen. Bergen is just a guy that sits on their taxi squad, the Jays' taxi squad. All year he made 2 appearances for the Jays this year. Robbie Ray, he walks a lot of guys. He's not having a good year this year, as you can see there. 7.84 ERA with 31 walks in 31 innings. But he has swing and miss stuff, and he's top 3 in the last 3 years in strikeout percentage. So I like this trade for the Blue Jays and for the Diamondbacks. Again, they're just getting rid of guys, so I like this trade for both teams. Now, we're going to go Rockies acquire Kevin Pillar in cash for a player to be named later, or bonus pool money. So I like this deal for the Rockies. I like this deal for the Red Sox. They need to get rid of Pillar. They are rebuilding. They don't need a good team this year. I'm surprised that they didn't trade JD Martinez at the trade deadline this year. They did trade Mitch Moreland. They trade Kevin Pillar now. I really like this deal. I'm surprised that Jackie Bradley didn't go too. The Rockies needed outfield help in center field. Kevin Pillar will probably play there. So, you know what? The Rockies are in a battle for the playoffs, so I like this deal, and I think they have a better chance than the Marlins. That's why I didn't like the deal for the Marlins. But I think these guys actually have a chance. Now, Reds acquire Brian Goodwin. Excuse me. Reds acquire Brian Goodwin from the Angels for left-hand pitcher Packy Naughton and a player to be named later, or cash. So I like this deal for the Reds. The Angels, again, just getting rid of guys, have no chance to make the playoffs. So I like this deal for the Reds for sure. I like this deal for the Angels. Nothing really wrong here. So Goodwin was definitely good for the Angels, so I like this deal for both teams. Mets acquire... Oh boy, I went down a lot. Mets acquire Miguel Castro from the Orioles for Kevin Smith and a player to be named later. I like this trade for both teams. The Mets are trying to go for it. They're trying to get into the playoffs. The Orioles, they are trying to get in as well, but they are way out of it right now. They're 4 games out. Kevin Smith is a good pitcher, and Castro, he is a prospect. So then we got the Cubs acquiring Josh Osich from the Red Sox for a player to be named later. And they also got Andrew Chafin from the D-backs. So I like these trades from the Cubs. Josh Osich and Andrew Chafin definitely going to help them out. So I like the Cubs deals there. Then here we got Blue Jays acquire infielder/outfielder Jonathan Villar from Marlins for player to be named later, which is reportedly Griffin Conine. That came out 3 hours after. Conine is a good prospect for the Jays. I think he was their number 10 overall prospect. The Blue Jays acquiring Jonathan Villar. I like this deal. The shortstop can play everywhere. I know I just called him a shortstop, but he can play everywhere. He can play second base. He can play right field. You ask, why do the Jays need him? Because Bo Bichette is hurt right now. Calvin Biggio can play in the outfield, so if you want to put him at second base, you can. And the Blue Jays have a lot of versatility. He can play at third base if he wants to. Like, he'll play anywhere. If Shaw needs a day off, he can play there. And yeah, I really like this deal for the Blue Jays, and I like this deal for the Marlins, trying to get Griffin Conine. And I don't know. I think they should have done this for the entire team, just rebuild, but like trade away your veterans, just had them there for the half of the season, but they didn't. They got Sterling Marte for Caleb Smith, so I'm surprised about this, but I'm not surprised about this trade for either team. I like this deal for the Blue Jays, and I'm very excited to actually have VR on the Jays because I am a Blue Jays fan myself. And then Blue Jays acquire Ross Stripling from the Dodgers. I like this trade for the Blue Jays again, as Stripling has given up the most home runs in the major leagues this year, but I think that he's a great pitcher, as we have seen him be very good with the Dodgers in the past. So, so I like this deal for the Blue Jays, and for two players to be named later, you never know what that's going to turn into. For the Dodgers, apparently neither of those players are on the 60-man player pool for the Blue Jays, so not much of a risk there for the Jays. Let's keep going down. Padres acquired Taylor Williams from Mariners for a player to be named later. I like this trade. Williams, not a great pitcher. That one doesn't really matter. Cubs acquire Cameron Maybin for Zach Short. I like this trade, and I think that Maybin is actually just a lot of help to this Cubs team. This is already good. They need an outfielder there. Perhaps a fourth outfielder or something. So, you know what? I like this deal. Then, Mets acquire Robinson Chirinos and Todd Frazier and cash from Rangers for two players to be named later. I really like this deal for the Mets. I don't know why the Rangers wouldn't trade Lance Lynn and Joey Gallo to anybody. Gallo, I know why they held on to him, but Lance Lynn, really, do you really think that you can make the playoffs in the next 2 years? I don't think so. So I think they should have traded Lance Lynn, but I like them trading Frazier and Chirinos. It was a smart move, but it makes no sense if you're going half trade and half stay. I don't really get that, but good trade for the Mets, I think, and they are right now 2 games out of the playoff spot, I think, so. Giants acquire Anthony Banda from the Rays for cash. And that's it. So, be sure to check out MLB.com. They have all these great articles and stuff. Be sure to check out my channel, Your Sports Today. I do NBA, MLB, and do NASCAR. So, be sure to check out my channel. Be sure to check out my next video. We got some games today. So, let's just watch some baseball today. Watch some basketball today. I'm going to do NFL when it comes back too. So, that is next week. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching so much. I really appreciate it. And have a good day. Bye.